see if that works. There was a network error. God, man. What is going on with Twitch right now?
Looks like it's on.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm seeing you now. Yep. Looking crispy.
Yep. There we go.
Looking
Sorry,
crispy.
guys. I had a. Sorry, guys. Volume off. A little echo there at the beginning. No big deal. Yeah, I had to like update my stream key or something like that.
They reset everyone's stream keys after that big hack.
Oh, that makes sense. Trading rule. Well. I want the title to be trading rules, but I don't want people to think I'm like trading rules, you know? I'm like, we'll put it like this, going over trading rules.
You might need to turn your volume up for yourself on Twitch. They're saying I'm coming in through louder than you, a lot louder.
Test, test, test. I was kind of far from the mic. Is it better? I can turn Dad's down if I need to. That's better? We're good? Mic check. Alright, cool. What's up, everybody? It is that time of the week. It's Wednesday. It's been quite the week. A lot of opportunities out there. For me personally, it's been kind of I don't know if I should say tough week. Like I've had a lot of good plays, but it's definitely one of my slower weeks. A lot of aggression on the wrong kind of plays, and just a little bit of a poor execution overall. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty fucking exhausted mentally, and I feel like that's playing a big part. I haven't really been waking up early, but that's fine, right? We're still green. I guess that's technically what matters. But it's kind of like if you like knew how to ride a skateboard or something, and then you couldn't do that one trick that you've always been doing. You know, you'd be a little salty. But yeah, a lot of great plays today, man. A lot. I feel like everybody in voice chat today called at least one banger, right? Um, so you know, a lot of plays on any today. Me personally, I think I'm pretty much break even on any. I had a really good trade on Jasper, I think it was, off this 5-minute flag here. We got in here on this nice 5-minute flag. To be honest with you, I didn't really ride it as high as a lot of people did. And then tried to go for it again here and took a scratch trade. But we're green overall in the name, and thank God we had that trade because we're out a rough day up to that point. Today I also shorted ORPH. Here's that chart. You know, this honestly a pretty crazy move for something that's moving on a patent. You know what I mean? Hey guys, real quick, let me let people know that I am live. Hold on. Recap and then going over trading rules. There we go. So this is my ORPH trade. Yeah, it was up on a patent. Seen some bigger traders, you know, throwing the patent news around a bit. And you know, looking yesterday, I really didn't see any news or anything like that. I didn't dig too deep into it, but it looked like yesterday there was some pretty clear front loads going on over here. But I saw the patent down here, and like I think it was like I think it was like low fours, 418, something like that. And I didn't slap it because I just usually don't slap patents. And my God, that was like the one that I regret not slapping because that shit just fucking straight halted up and a huge gap up. We did see some slaps on GLTO and we saw some slaps on FWP. Nothing that really stuck. ORPH, I'll keep it on our radar. Nice close. I'm actually surprised it even came back, to be honest with you, but it did come back. It's held up. So we'll see if we can't get some circus or something like that into the open tomorrow. Is this a Gargoyle stream? It is the Gargoyle stream. Shout out to Perfect. You got that man. You got that boy good. That I think I watched that video like 500 times now. Like 500 times. But
Perfect.
so we traded RPH. We traded Jasper. We traded SNTG. A little sloppy on SNTG, guys, to be honest with you. Not the way I wanted it to close, but that's okay. If I can drag this over here, that'd be ideal. This is SNTG trade. So some nice trades on it. Uh, Other than that, that was pretty much my day. I had little trades here and there. We went for DATs. I did get bit on DATs. I wish I would have kind of thought about the bigger picture on DATs. We saw a similar move on CEI, but with DATs it was a little bit different. I was telling people, just chopped up here, guys, a little chop. I was telling people on CEI whenever we had that first big drop on CEI, it was kind of, I'm sure people were expecting something, right? But it was kind of like sudden. DATs, we had a lot of promotion yesterday, so a lot of these people over here on the left bagged pretty much, you know what I mean? And then we had a lot of shorts who had already seen what CEI did, so they were probably feeling a lot more comfortable um, for holding for a little bit more, you know what I mean, of a move. So no, I don't know why I typed in CEI. No real bounce, So I heard some people copped in off low 11s. It got a nice move towards 1250. Good for them. Me personally, I was just going for the momentum scalps, and they just really wasn't there for me. Yo, perfect. Yo, good shit, perfect. We're gonna enter the video in the what is it, the $500 giveaway. We're gonna see who can make the best video. We'll enter that. We'll enter that for sure. This got his heater out to keep the gargolons away. Facts. Oh shit, yeah. Facts. Yo, yeah, chill. Like, I don't get in trouble, right? But I have my shit right here. Appreciate it. I've been wearing it for like 3 weeks. It's comfortable as fuck. We're having a gargolon trolling video contest. Yeah, okay, guys, real quick. Me and Fappy are gonna host a contest, right? For any of you that are familiar with the whole Gargolon prank, if any of you watched the stream last week, of course you fucking know. Dasbear got me good, and it kind of stuck, man. We were fucking around on social media and getting people, and Perfect started this. He got a big ass streamer today. Uh, maybe we can link the
The
clip.
stock guy.
Should we watch the clip? Can we watch the clip? Am I allowed to watch? Can you guys actually hear it if I
I
watch
like to
it?
stick with what works for me.
Space flight is complicated, but our astronauts that fly with us will not need to have a complicated view of what's happening.
I don't know what gargolons is, though.
And all of the safety systems are hardwired into the core.
On launch day, crew member 7 is actually
Gargoyle
walk
D's
you up the
nuts.
tower, place you in your seat in the capsule, close the hatch.
Dude, look at him, he's so pissed.
The Capcom will then take over as the astronauts take care of your
It's a fuck this community. So I don't know, man. We're gonna start a thing. Whoever can get the best one out, like whether you're pranking your mom, your dad, your grandma. I don't know if you should do your grandma or your boss, your girlfriend's mom, or whatever. Uh, we're gonna submit the videos to me. Submit the videos to Fappy. We're gonna have the community decide which one is the best. Or maybe we'll see. I have to talk to Fappy about that. And we're gonna go half and half, and we'll have a $500 giveaway to the best prank at the end of the month. So not too far away, right? So we got two weeks. You got 2 weeks to go prank some motherfuckers, right? $500. Bonus points if you say it while quitting your job. God, okay. Well, that'd be crazy. Run up gets a slap the bid hoodie. All right, dude. Yeah, dude. So $500 giveaway. Easy money. Easy money. Get some laughs. Guys, today I wanted to talk about trading rules. Um, I think Kenji gave me this idea. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. Somebody gave me this idea. Was it Kenji? I don't plan these ahead of time. It's all off the top, so I thought it would be fun to grab my old notebook, which is right here. This is my old notebook. I bought this notebook when I first started trading, right? I put a little sticker on it. It's got this chick. You see that chick? That butt, dude. See that? And dude, I wrote all kinds of shit in here, man. I had like all the candlestick setups in here. Right, had like a bunch of candlestick setups, had a bunch of like chart patterns and shit like that that I just like cut out and glued in here. Kind of ghetto, but I liked it. And I would write all my rules in here, and so at the beginning of each day, I would go through and I would read these rules every day. Like before I traded, I would read these rules every day. And these are rules that like, saw other people had, or some of them I made up on my own, just by, you know, the screen time. So like if I got on and I did something, and every fucking time I did that, I got fucked. It was pretty simple for me to be like, all right, well I shouldn't do that, And so it became a rule. All right. I plead ignorance. What is Gargoyle? Go look at my Twitter. You'll find out real quick. Go look at Twitter. So we're gonna go over them, dude. We're gonna read them. We're gonna read what the rules were that I had from the very beginning, and we're gonna go over uh, one by one. We're gonna go over like how they changed over time, and which ones I still value, if that makes sense. Which ones I really still hold on to, or hold value to, and which ones I don't, and how I think that you guys should go about making rules for yourselves. Right? There are some pretty how would you say it? Like universal rules. Like there's some that are pretty universal. I think like some that could apply to pretty much everyone, and then there's some that are going to be very like a little more personalized for your trading style, right? So here we go. There's a couple pages of them. Some of this shit is just like there's like some inspirational shit in here. Uh, I had like a bunch of notes back here. Like I'm serious, bro. I was taking hella notes. Look at that. It's like dip by criteria. I would like draw the charts, man. Day two morning dip set. Dude, I had so much just random shit that I would just write up in here. So, but at the very front of it all is my rules. All right, ready? Here we go. We're gonna hold on. Let's see how many pages we got. Trade management rules. There's quite. There might be a page I skip because it's just so like, you know what I mean? But there's about three-ish pages. So we're like I said, a lot of these we're not gonna um, need anymore. So I want you guys to keep this in your head. I'm reading the old rules. I'll try and go over them in real time. If one of them suck, I'll just say, hey, ignore this. But like, don't hold weight to all of these just yet. We're gonna read through the old rules that I had when I first started, right? And then we'll go over in time. So rule number one was do not trade the first few minutes of open. I think this is still a good rule. The reason why is because a lot of people are on Thinkorswim, and to be honest with you guys, not the most reliable platform for trading the first few minutes of open. And what I mean the first few minutes of open, I mean like minute number 1, 2, like right. So the first like 2 minutes of open, I wouldn't trade the first 2 minutes of open, because I would get in something or buy a dip, and if it kept dipping, well, guess what? I couldn't get the fuck out. I was just stuck. So I made that rule. That was that was my very first rule. That was the very first one. Was do not trade the first few minutes of open. Second rule was only enter runners on pullbacks. Can be a micro pullback. Still a very great rule to this day, in my opinion. Let me get a pin. I'm going to mark which ones. I'm going to put a star. I'll put a star by the ones that are still a good rule. So, still a good rule. Still a good rule. All right. Third rule. Watch for flag slash triangle setups on the 1 and 5 minute. Watch for holding support. So this is like, it's like a kind of a rule, but it's more of like a reminder. It was kind of like some shit that I play. So I don't really know what all to say about this. Do I still look for this? Yes, I do. I still look for flag setups. I still look for triangles to set up on the 1 and 5 minute. You hear me talk about this a lot with like the low volume pullbacks, and that holding support would be, like these dips to these pivots, like on DATS. I had a pivot drawn from like 2 days ago here. Honestly, or a PH, even though I was shorting this, respected levels pretty well. I feel like. I think we had a daily level here that was holding. Came back up, retested this. It held, right? Well, I say it held. I was short, but that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Then we had watch for dip buys to the EMAs. Also another reminder, not so much a rule, but this is kind of like a lot of the 1 minute flags, a lot of the 5 minute flags that you hear us take and talk and scalp. They are pulling back to either the 8 EMA on the 1 minute, 20 EMA on the 1 minute if it's a 5 minute setup. Typically the 20 EMA is pretty lined up with a 8 EMA on the 5. And those are just really nice scalp setups, and that's pretty much what I was doing in the beginning. I wasn't like position trading like a lot of my shorts. Pretty much a position trader on my shorts. You know, I'm very patient with my shorts. I mean, look at the ORPH trade I held for about 2 hours. You won't see me do that a whole lot on the long side. I don't know why. It's just not me, right? When are you gonna get a sub button? I want the Thiz emotes. It's coming. It's coming. Guys. We gotta stream for like a couple more hours or something, like a couple more days. Next one. So I think a lot of these first ones are just reminders. So it's like my way of reminding myself what I play and what I'm looking for. So we'll kind of skim through them. Is watch for breaks over intraday resistance. Um, Even though I wasn't necessarily buying the breaks over intraday resistance, I like to watch for the breaks over intraday resistance. This can be a high a day, a pre-market high, because I would look for the dips that came back to those levels afterwards, right? Use AEMA as a trailing stop. Um, I don't really do this anymore, so we're gonna go ahead and cross this one out. We're gonna cross it one out. Is it a bad idea? Nah, just not really fit my style. Do not get FOMO, ever. Find a quality setup and attack it. I think this one gets a star. I think we get a star for this one. Do not get FOMO ever. Find a quality setup and attack it. I think that's very important. I think that's a good ass fucking rule. I think that should be on everybody's list. Do not get FOMO ever. I mean, fucking pound this into your head. Do not get FOMO. Just wait for something to come to you and attack it, right? Always set a mental stop loss. 100 fucking percent. 3 fucking stars, dude. 1, 2, 3 fucking 4 fucking stars. 5 fucking stars right there on that. Always have a mental stop loss. If you're getting in a trade, you need to know where you're going to be getting out of a trade if it doesn't play out for you. And you need to accept that not every trade can play out for you, right? I don't just get in every trade. I'm like, it's going to be a fucking banger. Like, I know that it could probably not work out. So I always have a mental stop. And on something like ORPH where I am position trading it, and you know, I'm in and out of around the core, so my original ads were here. Let's see if I can just pull up the ORPH. Like my stop, even though I got in against high a day, right? Even though I got in here against highs, once I get this flush and I start scaling some, and I get back in here, my risk is not fucking high day anymore, okay? It's just not. Like ideally we would have saw view up reject, which we did, and I wanted to see view up firm up and hold, and we did. But you know, any kind of move over view up would have been my stop, right? And so once we got below this level of 490s, and I got these scales here, added some more against the core, this 490s level would have been my stop, right? So I always have a mental stop. On the long side, it's very simple. It's like I get in, I'm risking whatever level. On something like where I'm shorting and I'm gonna be in the trade for a little bit longer, or trading around a core, the stop will move. You know, and I always make sure I'm using some kind of important key level for that stop. You know, you can see that the levels I were using were very significant levels. 490, very important. You know what I mean? Could I have used 5? I wouldn't have used 5 because you could just see it was just dancing around 5. I really didn't give a fuck about 5. You know what I mean? Um, Thiz, are you FIFO or last in first? I'm first in first out on trade on Thinkorswim. I'm last in first out on center point, I believe. So it's kind of I'm used to FIFO. I trade better with FIFO, I think. But I can see there are benefits to both sides. So yeah, guys, always set a middle stop. 5 stars on that one. We are fucking keeping that rule. That rule does not go anywhere. You guys should all have that fucking rule. If you don't have it, write it the fuck down right now. Okay, thanks. Next rule. Scalp the breakout if you buy the breakout. Lots of profit takers over high of day. Like I said, this is kind of one of those, another reminder. Scalp the breakout if you buy the breakout. I still stand by this. I don't really buy as many breakouts. If anything, I short a lot of breakdowns, but it's like adding around the core, you know. This is important. There are a lot of profit takers over high day, especially in this market we're in now. I mean, a year ago, this wasn't as big a deal. I think now it's a lot bigger of a deal than it was. I mean, there are so many profit takers at high day, so many stuff, so many knives. Good rule. I'm going to go ahead and put a star by this. We'll keep this rule. God dang, my stars don't look like stars. Look at my stars. Those I don't know if you guys can see that. That does not look like a fucking star. Next one. Level 2 and time and sales can be deceiving. Guys, this is very important for you to understand, especially if you're new. You hear me talk a lot about level 2, a lot about time and sales, and I use it a lot when I'm trading. Me personally, I'm looking at level 2 and time and sales like a fucking hawk whenever I'm trading. You know, a lot of people look at their candles, but for me, it's like if I know where my stop is, I know where my levels are. I have that number in my head, and I'm just watching level 2 in the tape and watching things play out accordingly. It is very important to know, though, that level 2 and time and sales can be deceiving. What does this mean? On ORPH, for example, I was fucking muted in voice, and I'm still upset about that. But I was talking about how they're bagging longs right here, or it looked like it anyway, right? We're having huge bids step in at $5, right? And so if I'm short and I see a huge ass bid step in $5, what would anybody who's probably new to the tape think? They're gonna be like, "Holy fuck, that's a huge bid," and they're probably gonna stop out, right? Or if they're long, they're probably gonna buy off it. That isn't just one example of, hey, the time and sales, the tape level 2, it can be deceiving. I mean, that is just a way that is deceiving, and it's not something that just popped up once. It's something that popped up multiple times. You know what I mean? So is it a rule? No. Is it a reminder? Yes. We'll go ahead and put a star by it because I think it is nice to keep yourself and remind yourself of that if you're new. If you're not new, you probably don't need that there. You know what I mean? But I'll keep a star by it anyway. Next rule or reminder: failure to prepare is failure to succeed. I like this. A reminder, not a rule. We will keep it here. What does this mean? It means exactly what the fuck it says. Failure to prepare is failure to succeed. Guys, if you're fucking waking up 5 minutes before the market opens, you have no plan, you don't know what the gappers are, you don't know what their news is, you're going to be a lot worse off than if you wake up on time, get a plan together, find your top watches, have the levels drawn out, etc. You know what I mean? Like, you know what the news is, you know like which one has news. This might be fluff news, you know what I mean? And this can be really, really important. For instance, if something's running on a price target, and then now all of a sudden it's above its price target, that's significant. If something had like a $30 price target from Morgan Stanley and it's still at $2 but starting to run, I'd be a lot more bullish on something like that. You know what I mean? Uh, Poor example, but you get where I'm going with it. Failure to prepare is failure to succeed. I'll keep it. Nice reminder. Rules continued, page number 2. Do not chase. If you missed an entry, move on. This ties back into, you're going to see a lot of this because it was such an issue with a lot of people, right? Don't get FOMO. I mean, it kind of ties back into that. Do not chase. If you miss an entry, move on. We'll keep a star there. I think it's nice. I think it's good. I mean, if you miss one entry, dude, it is what it is, man. Wait for the next dip, wait for the next setup, and if it doesn't come, well, maybe you shouldn't be so busy wanking your whatever you're doing. Maybe you shouldn't have been so busy doing it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a parent. I have 2 kids running around, and sometimes I miss plays because my daughter's screaming about not wanting to go to the dentist in December. But it happens. I'm not gonna chase a play because I missed the entry. It just doesn't work that way. Um, don't. Oh man, okay. This one's gonna hurt some of you guys' feelings because I know a lot of you guys do this. Do not buy a dip on a downtrend or a micro downtrend. Very fucking good rule. Hey there, what's up, Tumas? Do not buy a dip on a downtrend. Very fucking good rule. We're gonna put 2 stars by this. Why is this a good rule? Can you make money on the backside? Yes, you can make money on the backside. Why should you not be scalping dips on a backside? Can somebody tell me? It starts with edge, right? What's the edge on the backside? Edge is short. So don't why? You know what I mean? Like why would you don't do it, guys. There's a lot of people that make money on that backside, but all it takes is that one play where that backside doesn't fucking stop. And I want to say an example there would man, what was God, I hate to like put anybody on the spot. There is somebody that I really want to ask what the play was because I know that I got them. Yeah, I mean Dats is a good fucking example, right? Um, Now, a grain of salt here, because yes, I did play Dats, but I was trying to play the momentum out of the halts, right? But do not buy dips on the backside. There's so many examples we could go into here, but like guys, if you're buying dips, you want to be buying the dips on the front side. You want to be buying dips on a move that is like just starting, something that still has range or room to go, right? Like if I see JSPR put this huge fucking move in that we got, right? And I told you guys in voice, I said you need to be more cautious up here. We are extended, and if you look left, this thing consolidated like to drop, right? Once I see this drop, I'm not looking for a dip after that, guys. Like in my opinion, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let it set back up. I'm not trying to buy this and scalp it for a few pennies. That's not what I want, and it's risky to be doing that because if you get in here on this dip and then it knifes again, well now you're stuck in a fucked situation, right? The edge is not long right here. This is a micro downtrend. Things have to rest. Things have to pull back. Let them set back up. We can go into this literally for hours, but we're gonna put stars by the rule. Don't buy dips on a downtrend. Bofo. Talking to you. Do not trade on emotions. Okay. Remember, I made this list when I was fucking brand new. Okay. Do not trade on emotions. Technicals are greater than or equal to momentum, which is greater than fundamentals. I don't know exactly why I wrote that, but I wrote that. Technicals is greater than or equal to momentum, which is greater than fundamentals. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but we're just gonna focus on the first part and put a star by it. I'm gonna put a star by it. I'm gonna probably just cross out this. Technicals are greater than or equal to momentum, which is greater than fundamental. We're just gonna cross that out. It does have some truth in it. Like fundamentals really don't. They're not the most important thing in what we do nowadays. Like if the momentum is there, if the technicals are there, it has volume, you can make money. But we'll put a star by the rule. Do not trade on emotions ever. I mean, I think it's very important, and this kind of ties back into, okay, INDP. That's what it was. If you're scalping something on the backside and then it fucking flushes on you, right? Because it's a backside. Um, you might be like, shit, it got me. I'm gonna get it back. And at that point you're trading on emotions, guys. When you start trading on emotions, that ability to rationally think through a trade goes out the fucking window. It's gone. Like, you can kiss it goodbye. You might as well grab this gun and shoot it because it's gone, right? You have to, um, you know, you hear this a lot. People are like, "Oh, follow your plan," and it just sounds so generic. But I mean, it is just that, man. If like, what was the plan, right? ORPH, what was the plan? Okay, this is a really simple example, but this is literally how fucking simple it is. What was the plan? Plan was get short off the exchange up here against high day, right? So the plan was I'm gonna get short against high day. So if it goes over high day, I'm gonna fucking stop out. Simple as that, right? And then the plan adjusted as we went, right? Like we just talked about with the stops. Simple as that, man. That's the plan. I'm trading the plan. If this thing goes over high day, I stop out. I'm not gonna sit there and stay in and then be like, oh fuck, he got me. I need to get back. We need to get it back. Like, stay rational. Just trade the plan. Stay smart. Don't do anything stupid. All right. So we put a star by that. Do not trade on emotions. All right. This next rule, guys, should be at the top of the fucking list. I want you to take this. I don't know why this rule is not over here. I don't know. We're gonna put a bunch of stars. We're gonna put so many stars around this, guys. Bunch of stars all the way around this. I guess I didn't learn how to draw stars when I was a kid. Do not, do not, do not, do not, do not bag hold. Do not, do not, do not, do not, do not bag hold. Don't fucking do it, man. I want you guys to repeat after me. On three. I know I can't hear you guys, but we're gonna say it together. All right? We're gonna hold hands. We're gonna say it together. I will not bag
I
hold.
will not bag hold.
One more time. I will not bag
I will
hold.
not bag hold.
Don't fucking bag hold, man. It's that easy. Just don't do it, dude.
I will not bag
I
hold.
will not bag hold. It's a world of pain, man. World of pain. And you know what? Where this fucks you over too is because when you bag hold, what happens? Then all of a sudden you get all these emotions. Well, then you're gonna be coming here. You're gonna be breaking the rule that just came right before it. Because you're gonna be trading on emotions. Do not bag hold. Fuck me. God dang, guys. Shit. Excuse my language. This should be at the top of your list. This should be at the very top of your list. Don't bag hold. Moving on. Very important reminder here. Very important rule is next as well. We're gonna put a star here before I even read it. Trade the right side of the move. You're gonna hear a lot of these rules that are like kind of tying into other rules because they're just that fucking important. They're just that important, right? What was the rule that tied into don't trade on emotions? The rule that tied into that was don't ever get FOMO, right? Trade the right side of the move. What is the rule that ties into that? Don't buy a dip on a downtrend. They're so similar, but they're so important. Trade the right side of the move. And I drew a little picture actually. I'm gonna try and get this close. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this. I drew a little picture and I drew numbers by it, and I said 1 and 2 are the right side of the move. Avoid 3 and 4, which is like basically the top of a move and that knife after or that big drop after where the momentum shifts, right? And then it resets and it says then you can look for, entries back on 1 and 2 when the move resets, right? Do not buy dips on a on a downtrend. I said it again right here. It's so important. And why is it so important? I've been through it, man. Trust me guys, I've tracked it. The consistency, the statistics are not as high. Like the edge is not there on the backside for a long, right? Just fucking wait for things to settle, wait for it to reset. Here's the picture. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right? You can see I drew like a little chart and I don't know if my finger, you can see 1 and 2, don't trade 3 and 4. Fuck my ass. Don't buy dips on a fucking downtrend, guys. Okay? Next rule, do not ignore bear flags. This again is tying into not buying dips on a downtrend, right? Not trading the backside. It's the same thing, right? Because here's the thing, is when you're new, you might not know when the fuck the backside is, but if you know what a bear flag is, and it's coming after a big drop from high day, well, guess what? There's your backside. Usually the beginning of a backside starts with a nice exchange up top, a flush, some kind of bear flag or failed follow through. So if you bought the dip, first off, I wouldn't recommend buying a dip after a huge red candle anyway, but if you bought the dip and it starts low volume, push back up, turning into a bear flag off the 1 minute 8, get the fuck out. Don't even, just don't. So that's a good rule. We're going to put a star by that one. Do not ignore bear flags. Because if you ignore a bear flag, guess what? There's a short like me who's not ignoring that bear flag. Right? And we hammered them motherfuckers around here. Okay? Next rule. Only full size in on low risk setups. What is failed follow through? Failed follow through would be like this move right here, guys. Right against 520s. See that? Where it like tried to come back up after a big drop and just absolutely failed. That's failed follow through right there. Okay? Would it be that? Guys, I need 1 second. Somebody's at my door. Wrong thing. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I'm pretty sure it's my daughter. She likes to ring the doorbell. Make sure it's not a crackhead, because that has happened. Wow, if that happened on stream, can you imagine?
Hey, if he's
Here you go.
if you want this, I have you that entire list still.
The entire list of
So
what?
your stuff. I'm looking at them in my own stuff.
My
Someone had said they wanted you to post it in Discord.
the
If you need me
rules?
to post, yeah, if you need me to post
Oh,
it.
yeah. I mean, so this is why we're doing this, guys. Here, I'm back. I'm turning my camera back on. This is why we're doing this. We're refining this in real time. Okay? We are like refining this in real time. So we're gonna find the ones that we're gonna keep. Okay? Oh shit. And we're gonna get them all written down and we're gonna share it and whatnot. So that's why I'm putting stars by everything we're gonna keep. So I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna type this up. I'll have Fappy put it in his EDU channel or something like that. Okay? And then like, cause I don't have
I'll
one
send it
because I
back
don't
to you
really
so you
need
can-
one.
you can read it.
Don't trade 3 and 4. Fuck my ass. Yeah. All right. Next rule, guys. Let's move on. I don't want to stick too long in one area because there are quite a few of these. So what did we just say? Do not. No. It was only full size in on low risk setups, guys. This is really important. We're gonna put 2 stars by this. Only full size in on low risk setups. What does this mean? What does that mean? Only full size on low risk setups. How do you know what a low risk setup is? You know what I mean, etc. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take experience. But what this means is if I was trading something like DATS, which I was, and I knew what I was doing, and I knew what my plan was for it out of the halt, just looking for some quick scalps, right? I'm not taking my full fucking size, my full fucking account on this trade, okay? We were just halted down and then opened up way down. Like, I'm not taking big size on this trade, right? Now, on something like, uh, hmm, on something like Jasper, right? I didn't do this, but I probably should have. On this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 5-minute flag, right? Over key levels. This, in my opinion, is a setup. Maybe I wouldn't have taken full size, but definitely would have added a lot more size. Why? Because you know exactly where your stop is. Your stop is here, 1522. You know, obviously this is a little bigger of a stock, so the range is a little bigger. So like on small caps, like $5, $3 stocks, this you know is not that much risk. This is a little more expensive, so yeah, it is like 40 cents or something like that. Sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Like this is a really good setup. You know what I mean? This is something that you would take some size on. ORPH, I've seen this a million fucking times, and I'm getting in here, so I'm risking I don't know, roughly 18 cents or something like that. This is a setup I would take some size on. I've seen them a million times. I know that they play out more than 60, 70% of the time. So I would size into those, right? I'm not gonna size into something like that's long out of a downhaul. Like that's just not the play, guys. So make sure you're taking, you know, your full size on low risk setups. Setups where the risk is right below your entry. Make sure you have a clear risk level, not like, oh well, I think I'm gonna get out here. Like JSPR, we had a very very clear risk level. You know what I mean? And honestly, 1522 is that's one thing, but it's like had we even saw this 5 minute flag fail and come down below this 8, I mean, you could have stopped well before 1522. You know what I mean? Um, so that's what I mean. You know what I mean? This is a great rule. I mean, for me to have had these rules, guys, when I was like just starting, this is amazing. Actually, going back, I haven't read this in since I started, so this is pretty crazy. Like I probably haven't read this since last August, I want to say. So only full size in, low risk setups, 2 stars on that. Next rule, guys. Do not buy overextended stocks. Damn. That's a that's a rule that a lot of you guys need. That's a rule that a lot of you guys need. I'm gonna use RDW as an example for this. Okay. So what is an extended stock, guys? For me, an extended stock is something that's really moving very far away from VWAP or moving very far away from the 5 minute EMA. Me personally, that's just how I judge extension. People will tell you differently, but that's how I look and very quickly see, hey, this is getting extended, right? So what does it mean when it says do not buy overextended stocks? Does that mean that since RDW is at 12 bucks, I'm not going to buy it? Not necessarily. Does that mean if RDW is right up here against 12 bucks and on the 5 minute is super extended from the 8, I'm going to buy it? Absolutely not. I'm not going to buy it. What does that mean though? It means I can wait for it to pull back. 9 EMA, 8 EMA, same potato potato. Same thing basically. Just wait for it to pull back. If you're going to trade something that's super extended like this, wait for it to pull back. But at the same time, this was a pretty healthy move. You know what I mean? Like it has volume, people want it. A lot of influence here. People are like, "Damn, I need this." Uh, the psychology is there. Exactly. You can play into the FOMO. It's a very very nice name to be like, "Damn, I'm trying to." People want it. People want to get in, and the people that aren't chasing it are gonna be looking for a dip, right? And then we had, you even saw firsthand, we had people in the room that were getting squeezed by it. I think they ended up green on it, but so those people are going to be looking to cover a little lower, etc. Right? So it all goes hand in hand. But don't buy it when it's extended as shit. Like wait for the pullback and make sure it's a nice low volume pullback. RTW, great low volume pullback for it to continue up. Let me give you guys a grain of salt though, because typically I will not use these kind of plays as examples because there was a lot of influence on the play. But a pretty great pullback. I mean, let's be fucking honest. It was great. But this is what that means. You know, something like ORPH, where it's just fucking halted up and then came back up and almost halted again. This is a little different, guys. I'm not gonna be looking for a pullback on this. This is when I start flipping short. Why? Because when something moves up this quick from 390s to 550s in basically 2 candles, that's not. I mean, that's not the healthy move that RDW had. You know what I mean? That is a very fast move. That is something that is going to exhaust out very, very quickly, right? Um, and plus we saw these fronts earlier, so something like that is a little different. You know what I mean? You have to take everything with a grain of salt. If I see something move extremely quick like this and start seeing some big exchanges out here and exhaust out, not looking for a dip, the edge becomes short, in my opinion. Was the edge short on RDW? Up here, I don't think the edge was short here. I called a short here, but even still, same mentality. People want that next play. People are looking for that next play. Very dangerous jumping in front of one of these moves. Jumping in front of one of these moves is the exact same as trying to catch a falling knife, like on dats or something like that, or playing the backside of that. It's pretty much the same thing. It's a good idea to stay away, and if you are going to play it with small size. So I didn't take this, but if I did, it would have been small size, and I would have been very proactive with my covers. So I touched on that a little long, but I think it was important to do so. So we put a star by it. We're keeping that rule. What was the rule, guys? It was only no, do not buy overextended stocks. That's a star. Next rule: know your risk reward before entry. In other words, know your stop, know your target before entry. Um, I would change this a little bit. We're gonna put a star by it, but I would change it a little bit. Know your risk reward, guys. I feel like people over fucking complicate this shit. Like honestly, you have a lot of people on YouTube. They come in here, they try and be all fancy and shit. Like, you need a 2R. Like, let me be real with you, okay? I've seen these setups a million times. Okay. Uh, if I was gonna get an RDW, right, off of this little pullback, I'd be like, okay, maybe my risk is the 8 EMA on the 5 or something like that. But I'm not sitting here thinking like, well, I would like this to see $15. Like, no, okay? But the obvious target is going to be this upper, like this top pivot right here, previous high day. You know what I mean? But what I would say, other than knowing your risk reward, is the second line. Oh, you look very cute, baby. There's 200 people watching right now. I love you. Go play, okay? But I would say the second line very important. Okay, she looked really cute. Know your stop and know your target. You don't even have to necessarily know your target because guys, sometimes your play might be going through low a day. Sometimes it might be going over high day, and you might not have targets. Look towards the daily if that's the case scenario. Look for levels from prior days, something like that. Um, any kind of flag, the first target is going to usually be the top of the pole, which is this pivot or something like that. The most important thing though is that you know where the fuck your stop is. That is the most important thing. That is the most important thing. Okay? If you get in a play and you have no stop, or it starts moving somewhere, you're like, well, maybe I can just move my stop a little lower, or just give it a little more time. You are fucking up. So just don't do that. Okay? We'll keep the rule. We're gonna reword it though. We'll just ignore the first part. We'll keep it as know your stop, know your target. It is important to know your target. We'll keep that part in there. This is taking away time from his daughter to teach his people who never met real one. Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, you guys better. She looked hella cute, man. I'm trying to go play with my family. Oh, I hope I hope this helps you guys because I promise I'm not doing this for my health. I can't confirm. Did it a bazillion times and still end up doing it because I'm stupid. I do it all the time, guys. Yes, just man, come on, don't do that, man. That's not how you trade. Every trade you've ever seen me take, or every trade I've ever taken a voice, I've told you guys where I'm looking as far as my stop. I told you guys what I'm looking to see. Because here's the thing, man. Even if you have, because all right. I want to touch on this very quick, very, very, very quick. We're gonna jump to the next rule. If you guys have a stop and something absolutely absurd happens, you do not have to wait for the stock to hit your fucking stop. Just get the fuck out. Like if you get in a stock and then the stock's like, yo, we're dropping a 500 million fucking offering. Just fucking cut the trade. You don't have to wait for it to destroy you, okay? Like if you get in a trade and you see and you are more experienced, more seasoned, and you see something on a level 2 you don't like a 500k ask or something like that, just get out and then let it prove to you, and then you can get back in. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Just, but that's what I would say. Next rule. Ooh, I like this one, and some of you might not understand or be able to vibe with this, but look at the daily chart. I have my daily chart up 100% of the time. It's right up here on this top monitor. It's here. Boom, I have it. Why do I have it? So I can see levels from previous days. Why is this so important? Because it holds weight. People respect it. It's important. There's price action here. This didn't just pop up out of the fucking blue. Like it's there for a reason, right? Don't be a tunnel trader. It's so important. We're going to put this is all one rule. Look at the daily chart. Don't be a tunnel trader, okay? Don't just look at something and be like, damn, that 1 minute looks fire. I'm gonna trade this 1 minute. Look at the 5 minute. Look at the daily. Know what's going on, right? Why is any so strong right now aside from social media presence? Like, dude, it has a nice fucking setup. 2 times. Nice daily flag, breaks out. Nice inside candle, bounce off the 8, breaks out. Look at your daily. It's so important. And guys, your daily levels typically are going to be a lot stronger than your intraday levels a majority of the time. Have your daily chart up. If you're trading on just a 1 minute because you're on a laptop or something, what I used to do is I would have, uh, this is just a flex grid, but what I would have is your actual TOS, and so I would use the flex grid tab for this, but then I'd be able to quickly click on the chart tab and I'd have my daily chart on there. So if you're using a laptop, you can do that, but you have to fucking have it. Like I'm not, you need to. Don't be the guy that's just sitting there trading on a 1 minute. You have much more edge when you see the bigger picture. The bigger trends, usually better trends, stronger trends, more respect, right? Nice. There's a huge topic around this. We'll go over another day, as far as God, just so much. But that's the rule, okay? Look at the daily, don't be a tunnel trader. We're gonna put a star by this. This is a very important thing, very important rule. You hear me so often talk about daily levels on charts. Oh, it's coming into the 200 EMA or the 200 SMA. Oh shit, we got hella resistance. You hear me talking about it. Why? Because it's important and significant. Okay? And those are the levels we need to pay attention to. Next page. We're almost done. Okay? Um, this is going to take a majority of the stream. For any of you that do have questions, I might let it go a little longer. But I want to get through this. This is very important. There are a lot of rules, but trading's not easy. You need a lot of rules, right? Never take a buy setup after a wide range red bar. What does that mean? Never. Well, I pretty much copied it word for word off of a fucking YouTube video. But it's significant. What does this mean? Don't ever take a dip after a huge ass red candle. That's what that means. We'll reword it. I'll put a star, click, click, right, reword. Don't ever take a dip buy after a huge ass red candle. Unless catcher's mitt, which I told you we'd go over a catcher's mitt, guys. We had one of the play. I actually think I have a notepad open where we had a catcher's mitt play that I said I was gonna go over. CCXI was the catcher's mitt. So we'll go over that. The only time that I would buy, guys, after a huge red bar is if we had a setup like CCXI. Beautiful catcher's mitt. We went over it in voice. If we have time at the end of the stream, we'll go over this setup and how you play it. But that is the only time. So we're going to put a star by it. We're going to reword it. The rule is never buy a dip after a huge, not I want to say just huge, but huge plus high volume red candle. And it depends on where it's at, guys. Specifically, I'm talking about like high a day. If you're near high a day, right, and you get a big ass fucking red candle, okay, like don't just chill. Like we'll let it do its thing for a second. You don't have to buy, okay? You don't get FOMO because you see a lot of these entries are associated with that. The next one, if it has a if it is, oh sorry, so this ties into kind of what I'm talking about with the catcher's mitt. I wrote, if after multiple big red bars, you can consider the buy, but depends on where it's happening. Are sellers tired? Do they need to cover? And that's pretty much what I wrote. So that pretty much ties into the catcher's mitt. You know what I mean? Exactly. I mean, dude, a lot of people, they're like, oh, fuck, it's a dip, and they're just catching a knife. Guys, a catcher's mitt play, um, we'll briefly touch on it. A catcher's mitt play is something that is not like a term you can just probably go Google. It's something that I made up, and it's just a crazy downtrend, right? Something that's just been coming down for a long time, and there's so much to this kind of play that I don't want to sit here and talk about for too long. But I start looking for when I know that this thing has just been coming down for a long time. It's extended away from VWAP. We get that nice speed up on the fall, right? It's like starting to speed up, and then we're starting to see this nice ramping volume. We have huge volume coming here, which was actually buyers. Like if you look at it, just because this was a big ass red candle doesn't mean it was all sellers right here. A lot of people stepping in to buy here, which is probably a lot of people covering, right? And a lot of times when I start seeing these things, these huge, moves down, I start looking for levels off a previous day. We had a nice midday pivot here off of 34.50s, which was the target, but we also had 35, and so pretty much we were going for this catcher's mitt play. That's a whole nother catcher's mitt play, but we're going for it here, right? Typically, you only see me play these on large caps. Not very often do you see this happen on smaller names, but that's a very shitty, brief explanation of what a catcher's mitt play is. And so, do we keep the rule? We're going to keep the rule. But we're going to reword the shit out of it because we know a lot more now, and there's a lot more that needs to be said about it. So never buy a dip after a huge red candle, specifically high volume and near a high a day, right? But even though it's not really a good idea to buy a red candle after high volume anyway, but a lot of times, like there's been so many times now, guys, where we've seen like some bear trapping. So it's a knife, but it's a knife within a range that it's being put in. And there is definitely a setup there that you could play, but we'll keep it. We have to reword it. We got to clean it up. Next rule: buy dips that dip to support and demand levels. A fucking star, dude. A fucking star. We're gonna reword it a little bit. Plus, look for low volume or something like that. I'll keep it. I mean, it's a very simple. We don't have to talk about it too much. Very important. You hear me talk about it a lot. Buy dips to support demand levels. I would say look for low volume. Look for a nice volume profile. Yeah, Leslie's always saying the same thing. Yeah, I mean exactly. It's very generic, but it's an important thing. Kind of like in the beginning where we had a bunch of reminders telling us like what kind of plays we liked, right? Okay. All right, guys. I don't want to fucking hear I don't want to hear anything from anybody on this one, okay? Stop shorting. Ride with the trend. Statistically, you're better with small cap stocks, so stick to that. And actually, it says current. I had a daily goal at this point in time, which you guys know how I feel about daily goals. I don't like them anymore. It said current daily goal $150. Can you believe that? My daily goal used to be $150. Can you fucking believe that? That's crazy, man. This is so nostalgic. I love it. Stop shorting. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna stop shorting. Okay. There's some important things in here. Okay, the important thing saying statistically you're better with small cap stocks. This is very true. Okay. Uh, what I would say is ride with the trend, stay within edge, trade your edge, something like that. So we'll write down. Ride trend, stay with edge. Mm, yeah, stay with it. We'll go over it. We'll put a start. This needs to be cleaned up though. Current daily goal. We're gonna cross that out. We don't do daily goals anymore. You guys know why? It leads to complacency. The Thiz Bible, dude. I'm saying, stop shorting. Can you guys believe that? So what this tells me is this probably means that back in the day I was so curious about shorting that I was probably trying to short large caps because that's the only thing you could really short at the time without the hard to borrow program on TOS. And from the sounds of it I was getting fucking wrecked. So stop shorting. God dang. Okay. Next rule or reminder: decrease size if buying extended trend dips or extended trend breakout. I would reword it a little bit now. Decrease size of buying extended. It's a good rule. It's a good rule. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. We'll probably word it a little different, but I agree. If the higher the stock goes, like as you're dip buying, I would less and less get in less and less. So even short, if I'm trading around the core on a play, so on RPH, I mean shit, we could even use SNTG. I know that some people are gonna be mad about this, but guys, it's all love. Just playing my edge, right? So on SNTG, I got short up in here, added more here. The farther this goes down, because you can see obviously on something like this, there's not a whole lot of volume. Uh, as I'm scaling out and getting back in around the core, each of these like I'm not getting in with as much size. No way am I sizing in as much. Or PH, same thing. As we move down, yeah, I was still taking size here, like I shouldn't say size. I was still taking some size in here, looking for that push down through this gap towards like 450s or something like that. But I'm not taking as much size as I was up here where my risk was so clear and I'm already green. I'm not trying to give back too much. So it's just kind of a way of preserving gains but milking that cow, you know what I mean? You like the hand motion? So yeah, I agree with the rule. We'll keep it. We'll reword it a little bit, but basically um, the more extended the stock goes, or how would you even how we'll figure out a way to word that. lower size on more extended dips, I guess, something like that. As far as extended breakout, we're gonna cross that one out. We don't buy extended breakouts, guys. We don't do that shit here. We get that shit the fuck out of here. We don't do that. Okay, none of that. It means you learn how to short. Nothing wrong with knowing where your strengths and focus on strength. Agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Focus on strengths. We'll put that one on there too. Sorry. Focus on strength. I spelled strength wrong. Increase size on first, second pullbacks on new trend. Try to keep risk the same across. Okay, two different things here. I wrote increase size on first and second pullbacks on new trend. I think what I meant was basically the same thing as what I said right before. Like when I said decrease size on more extended dips, it's a complete inverse. I would take more size on the first two or so dips, right, that we had in a new trend. So we'll keep it. We need to clean it up. We'll write reword here. You know, it's a higher probability setup. You have more upside, etc. Versus, obviously if you have more upside than downside, why would you not take more size? All right. The next one was try to keep risk the same across all ranges of stocks. Very, very important. Basically, what I'm meaning is like, you know, if I'm trading ORPH with hypothetically like 10,000 shares, I'm not gonna go add 10,000 shares of a $500 stock. You know what I mean? Like, um, I'm not sure about this one. We'll put a line and I'll go back over it later. Maybe I can figure out a better way to put it. You know what I mean? Maybe I can figure out a better way to put it down. Guys, if you can hear my daughter in the background, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry. This is their house too, and I'm kind of in the fucking living room, so. This next one is very important, and I recommend you guys to all do this. It is extremely, extremely important. You might not think it's very important. It's important. I'm telling you it's important, okay? Review your trades. It's simple. Review your trades. Screenshot your trades or record your screen. Those of you who are recording your screen, good for you. Going back, watching level 2, or even recording your face. Like I used to record my face and be able to watch like my emotions during the trades. Good for you guys. That is a very, very, very good thing to do in my opinion. But at the very least, review your trades. Take pictures of your trades, right? You can snip tool very easy. Shift, Windows key, S, drag your mouse, right? Make sure you're saving the daily setup and the 1 minute with your execution showing. That way you can go back and look at them later. Try and, there's so many things you can do, but it's very important that you review your trades, see what you could have did differently, right? Be honest with yourself when you're doing this. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't be like, well, fuck, man, if the stock would have just did this. Like, no, 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 no. Don't think like that, right? You are responsible, right? The market doesn't care about whether we are cool or uncool or have a hemorrhoid or if we're black, white, purple, gay, straight. It doesn't care, right? You're responsible. Go over your trade, see what you could have done a little differently, and go from there. Very important. You can exactly what this guy said. He start your own private Discord to log your trades. I have one of these private Discords for just me. Dazbear's in there too, but I just put my trades in there, right? Very important. I do it at the end of each week, so I save my trades every day, and then at the end of each week I'll go through them all and um, put them in the Discord, so I have them there as well. We'll put a star by that. I think it's an important rule. Review your trades. Learn from them. Go over previous. Yes, important. Okay, this is the page that we might skip. It was my trade management rules. And guys, some of these are just so cliche. And honestly, there was a point in time where I literally just started skipping this page, but I think there was a couple in here, if I remember, that were kind of important. Um, Trade management rules. Well, so the first one is move stop to break even after the stock reaches, I put 1R or first target. Okay. I'm not going to say that this is bad, but you can tell I was new when I wrote it, okay? Is it good to move your stop to break even? Yes, I would say yes. If you are in a trade, like let's say, oh crap. Let's say I'm right here, guys. I'm short ORPH, and I get this move here. At this point in time, when I'm short here and this stock moves down here, my stop has now became break even, okay? So we'll keep it. I think it needs to be reworded. We'll keep it. Guys, I'll put this list together If not tonight, it'll be tomorrow, and I will put it in Fappy's EDU channel. That way you guys can copy it, maybe adjust things how you see fit. All right. The next one we're gonna skip. It's just to if holding, we'll skip that one. This is a good one. It's for some of you that I don't know aren't as familiar with pre-market. Pre-market price action is a lot different. I like pre-market personally. There's a big reason why I like pre-market that we don't have time to talk about today. But in the past, I wasn't good at pre-market. I knew I wasn't good at pre-market, so I made a rule around it because I knew it wasn't a strength of mine. So I said, limit pre-market trades to two and aim for scalps, right? So, mm, will we keep it? I don't know. I think that's really more like it's really situational. It depends on the person. So I'm not gonna keep that one, guys. But I did have that. That was a rule of mine. I religiously stuck to that. I limited my pre-market trades because it wasn't a strength of mine. It was something that it was an area where I would lose. And I noticed that, so I made a rule around it, right? Exactly. That does go back to tracking your trades. I knew I wasn't very good in pre-market, so I threw it out the window, right? Next one. Do not hold into opening bell. Too risky. Okay, I do hold some things in the opening bell now, but it's really depends on the setup. Voyager we held into the bell. It just depends. Like, eh, am I going to take some? Let me see if there's a good example on the charts over here. Am I going to take something like any into the bell? No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not going to take anything like any into the bell. Yeah, you could have bought this dip, but I wouldn't have been buying this fucking dip anyway. Did I like the setup at this point on the daily? Yes, but I wanted to see how it acted at open. I wanted to see it get over VWAP and firm up. It did here. These were the ideal entries in my opinion. Yes, it did flush back down, but you still got a nice move out of it. If you were looking to swing this, which I was, we got in here near sevens. I got faked out. Entry's gone. Um, do not hold into the bell, guys. That's not one we're gonna keep. I think that this is one like the previous. It just depends on you, depends on how you trade. So do not hold into opening bell. If you're a newer trader, go ahead and we can keep this one. If you're a newer trader, go ahead and keep it. Don't. I'm not gonna put it on a list, but just keep it in mind. If you're a newer trader, I would definitely recommend not holding into the bell. There's too much going on. Probably not. If you held Grom into the bell today, right? Or was that an overnight? Grom. Yeah, I did. Exactly. Grom is a good example. I held Grom into the bell. I had 407 on Grom. I forgot about this trade. Yeah, we did trade Grom today. That was also one of my best trades today. But if you're new, I don't recommend holding into the bell, guys. It's just not. If you're not, once you become more seasoned, get more experience of how things actually happen at Bell, that's fine. A lot of the trades I take at Bell, I'm either getting in on some really good pre-market consolidation, so the risk is very low, but also same with going back what we were talking about earlier. Thinkorswim sucks at the bell, so if I'm holding anything into the bell, it's on a different platform, typically, right? That wasn't the case today, but typically. So not gonna keep that one, right? Um, it looks like I crossed something out here. I didn't just cross all this out, right? But it looks like I crossed something out here. I'm not sure what that actually said, but what I didn't cross out was let her go. More will come. Slippage on smacking the ask adds risk. Well, I can't really say that I would keep it because I don't know what the hell it said because I crossed it out, guys. But I think it was something related to if a stock is breaking out and you're not in, just let it go. Which we already have rules tying into that, so there's really no reason for me to keep it here. But you can tell, like I said, going back, I reiterated a lot of shit because it was so important, and you see a lot of new people doing the same mistake over and over and over again. So I read this every morning. So every morning I had like the same rule like 4 times just to have it in my mind, so I wasn't doing stupid shit, right? Um, so I'm not gonna cross it out, but we're not gonna. There's nothing to keep. It wasn't a full thing, right? The next two are very good, and this is the same thing. We're reiterating a lot of shit here, okay? Obey your fucking stop loss. We're keeping it. This is golden. This is one of. This should be like the 10 Commandments of trading. This is one of them right here. Along with don't bag hold and a few of the other ones. Obey your stop loss, guys. It's simple. It's not rocket science. This isn't written in like some Hebrew language. Like it's English. Obey your stop loss. I don't know how to say it in Spanish. I'm Mexican, but I don't know how to say it in Spanish. But obey your stop loss, guys. Don't keep moving that stop loss down. Don't like, Oh, well, my stop loss is I don't know. Let's use what was the play? Mm, let's use Jasper as an example. Like if I'm getting in on this flag, and you know, in my head, I would like to see this play out off the 8, not really dip below the 8 on the 5 minute, right? Which is right here. Um, but I know that my hard mental stop is 1522. If it goes below 1522 and I wanted to see a flag break, why in the hell would I be like, well, maybe it'll bounce off VWAP? Like, I didn't want to see it bounce off VWAP. I wanted to see the fucking flag break out. So obey your stop loss, guys. Don't move it down. If you have a stop, as much as you don't want to take that loss, losses happen. Embrace that shit. Don't be a weenie. Just take the damn stop because you're gonna be a lot more pissed off whenever you have to take a bigger loss or you end up bag holding. I've broken the bag hold recently and it's not good. It's not. I have good friends in real life that have broken the bag hold thing. It's been 2 years almost. They're still holding the bag. So, I'm pounding this into your heads now because I've seen it in real time. All right. The next one, obey your rules. Dude, these seem so generic, but guys, this is a lot of people's mistakes are so fucking simple that it's like even if these sound simple, they're very important. So these two, Holy Grail, obey. What are we doing? We're reading all these rules. Well, if the rules, okay, guys, some of you rebels, rules aren't always meant to be broken. Okay. Unless you want to blow up your account, then fuck it, fuck the rules. But obey your fucking rules. At this point in my career, do I read these every day? No, I don't read them every day. But these are still in my head. I might be reading them and be like, damn, I wrote that? You know what I mean? But these are so clear in my head now that I just do it. I just do them. It's the power of habit, right? Just become a force of habit. There's going to be a day where you don't need to read these rules. But right now, we're going to get this list of rules out. You guys are going to write this shit down. Don't type this shit, okay? You can do what you want. But I'm telling you, write this shit down. Get a notebook, write this shit down. Take some time. Your fingers might hurt after, but it means more. Your brain does something different. It's like if you were listening to Audible versus reading a book. Your brain processes the information differently. I mean, I don't have like some kind of, degree or anything, but I promise you it's true. Just do it. All right? Write this shit down. Write these down. Obey your fucking rules. They're rules for a reason. Trust them. And then over time, you won't need to read them every day. They'll just be in your fucking brain. Okay? Yeah. Repeat them louder. Exactly. I mean, when I read them every day, I'm like, I read them like out loud. So, this is a very important rule for a lot of people that are like me. I am not a morning person, guys. This waking up in the fucking morning thing every day, to this day, I suck at it. I'm bad at it. I'm not good at it. It is what it is. Some of you guys on the, what is it, the West Coast, where it's like 3 a.m. when the market opens, like, God bless you guys. This one's for you. Give yourself at least 30 minutes, at least 30, to wake up before entering a trade. When I say this, I'm not talking about, all right, I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I took a shit, I had some coffee, maybe not coffee, but like I'm talking 30 minutes after your basic daily needs, okay? Like take your shit, brush your teeth, wash your face, take a shower, whatever you do, 30 minutes after that, okay? So if you have to wake up 30 minutes earlier to have that, then do it because it makes all the fucking world of difference. For me, I would always wake up like in the beginning, right? I thought I could just wake up 15 minutes before market open, read all the news, get my shit together, and fucking be ready to go. No fucking way, dude. All right. And this goes back to that first page where it was like failure to prepare is failure to succeed. So we're gonna keep it. We're gonna put 2 by it, just because I'm not a morning person at all. I'm sure some of you in voice can tell. In the morning, I'm fucking quiet. I ain't saying shit. I'm bitching about Herb's mic being too loud. I'm not a morning person. It just is what it is. So I give myself time to wake up, especially before I take any trades. 9 times out of 10, if I'm not awake, I take a trade. It's a fucking loss, right? If there are days where you have less available buying power, you need to size down. Guys, this is actually something. This is how you know I wrote this shit whenever I was under PDT. There were days where I had less available buying power. Why did I say you need to size down? Because for me, it was really important for me to get the process right. So there might have been a day, so let's say I had a 20K account, right? And I was on cash account. So I was splitting those each day into 10K. So 10K Monday, 10K Tuesday, Monday resets on a Wednesday, 10K, 10K, 10K. See what I'm saying? Well, there was days where maybe Monday had an A plus fucking setup and I used 15K on Monday. Well, on Tuesday, I would bring it down a little bit unless I saw a huge fucking trade, right? But the reason why is because I was just trying to trade. I wanted to get those good trades out. I didn't want to miss out. I wanted to get the process. I wanted to feel the emotions because that's what you need to do. You need the experience. Without the experience, there's not. You have to have the experience, right? How to get out of PDT and maintain PDT. That's a whole other topic, my guy. But we'll definitely get there someday. But focus on consistency. Obey your rules. That's what we're going over now. This is a big fucking part of your success. Okay, I promise you, it's a big part of mine. If I didn't have rules, god dang, I don't know where I fucking. No, don't tell him to sell his car. Don't sell your car. Don't do that. Um, so we're not gonna keep this one. I know a lot of you are probably under PDT. But this is something to consider, though. It's definitely situational. You don't have to do this. Me personally, I was trying to get that experience. So for me, if I didn't have as much buying power, I would size down, so I could still take a good amount of trades if they were there. And since I was a scalper and we were in a COVID market at the time, there was always a fucking trade. Next page. This is the last page, guys. I know we're running into 4:30. I am going to finish this. So if you guys want to stay with me, because usually I'd be ready to go by now. We're gonna finish this fucking page, okay? We're going through it. This page I had patience written at the top. This is something that my very first mentor Eric would always say. He'd always say, "Have patience." P-A-Y shins. Okay. Um, First thing was something that has already been talked about: consistent risk per trade, regardless of P&L at the time of day or type of trade. Oh, okay. So this is where you can tell I might have been getting a little more seasoned. I think I wrote this a little bit down the road. We're gonna put a star by this. This is very, very important. And this is when I started moving away from the daily goal, right? Consistent risk per trade. So in the beginning, it was like I would risk like I don't know, let's just say 200 bucks per trade, right? Then I would try and keep my risk 200 bucks per trade. Do I do that now? No. So we're gonna reword it a little bit, right? Reword, but I really, really, really like the last part of this still to this day. The regardless of P&L, time of day, or type of trade. What part are we gonna take out? We're gonna take out time of day. We're gonna take out time of day. We're gonna take out type of trade. Why are we taking out time of day and type of trade? Because I don't believe that you guys should be sizing up in fucking lunchtime. I think that's fair. So we're gonna take out regardless of time of day. I just don't think it's a good idea to be taking the same risk per trade. Uh, in statistically, like literally, statistically, I do not do good in lunchtime. It just is what it is. Right? Exactly. Volume is volume. So we're gonna take that out. We're also gonna take out type of trade. Why? Because it falls back against a rule that we were talking about earlier. It goes against it where we're saying don't something about full size. I can't remember the top of my head. We're flying through this, but like obviously if there's an A plus setup, we're gonna take more size on it. What I do like about this though is regardless of P&L, right? It doesn't matter if you're up 5 grand or 10 grand. We're gonna redo this rule a little bit, but I like the idea of it. Um, if I'm up 5, 10, 20 fucking grand and I see a A plus setup, I'm treating it like an A plus setup. I'm not gonna treat it like an A plus setup and I'm up 20 G's. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't. That's complacent. You don't be complacent. Um, there are ways that you could still treat it a little differently, maybe to because you do want to preserve gains. But me personally, if I see an A plus setup, it's an A plus setup. The only thing that would change maybe for me if I was up 20 G's for the day is stay away from the B's, the C's, and just stick to the A plus setups. So we'll reword it, but decent. Okay, I don't like this one, but I'll read it for you guys. We're not keeping this. Remember, these are all rules I wrote when I very first started. When you are up 3R for the day, you can choose to quit or continue to take one more trade or if a quality idea is found. Obviously, you guys know I'm going to say a big fuck no to this because it goes against the rule that I'm saying where it's like don't have a daily goal. It'll make you trade different. We don't care how much we're up. If an A plus setup's there, A plus setup's there. So the other one, maybe I wasn't more seasoned when I wrote these. Max 3R loss per day. Well, we're going to fucking go ahead and get rid of that. Guys, if you need to have a max loss per day, something's going on. All right, maybe it's a good idea. I think this is really situational, like depends on the person. I don't have a max loss per day, guys. If I'm not trading good, I know I'm not trading good. I don't need a big loss to tell me I'm not trading good. I could be green and not be trading good. Fuck, I was green today and the day before and still felt like I wasn't trading, I wouldn't say good, but my best, right? If I'm not trading good, I'm not gonna wait until I have a max loss to stop trading. I'm gonna walk the fuck away. Okay? Have you guys ever seen me walk away? No, probably not. But you get what I'm saying. Like so we're not gonna keep that one. If you're not, look, if you have something going on in real life, if you have diarrhea, or if you like just got really sick or something, like, dude, you don't need to wait for a big loss to not trade. Okay? It's probably just a good idea. You just don't trade. It's not that hard. Um, Next rule. Must. Oh, I like this one. I do like this one. Sorry, mic died. I like this one a lot, guys. I think this is one that you guys should all really take to heart because it's very important. Must give 100% disclosure to someone about all of your trades and errors made. Okay? Are you guys with me on this? Must give 100%, not 80%, not 50%, not 25%, 100%. If you fucked up and you can't be honest with yourself, you better have someone that first off, you need to be honest with yourself, but bro, just find someone, get with them. I started a full fucking mastermind group, dude. I got Herb, I got Mikey, I got Zen, I have KG. Now we got Fappy and Bob. Like, you can find one fucking person to talk to about your trades, all right? If you can't find one fucking person to talk to your trades, I wouldn't say you can come talk to me, but if all 200 of you guys try to come talk to me, don't I'll do my best, okay? But you have to be honest with yourself. I like this a lot. We're going to put some stars, multiple stars. All errors made. This is very important, guys, especially if you're sharing with somebody that is already a seasoned trader. This person for me was, we don't know Benji, you guys don't know him, but Benji, I shared all my trades with Benji and Herv. I always, every fucking day, I was here, we're here now, and I was talking to Herv's sweet, sweet voice, and he was telling me sweet nothings about how fucking much I should have been holding my trades. More longer, you know what I mean? Um, I like that rule, guys. I think that you should. We're gonna keep that one in there. We're gonna keep that one in there for sure. Where is Benji these days? I don't know. Benji reached out to me the other day. He said he's doing well. He asked how I was doing. We both agreed the market was, we weren't green like we were last, or not last, but back in the Q1. But we're green. Benji seemed like he was doing good. Big respect for Benji. Always. Big love for Benji. But fuck Elite. That guy can suck a dick. Uh, no complacency. If a quality pattern arises, you must take the trade. If a quality pattern arises, you must take the fucking trade. Okay? I have people message me, guys. And I'm not making fun of you guys because I do the same thing. You're not alone. They're like, man, I see the trade and I just and I just don't hit the trigger, man. What do I do? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do? You just hit the fucking trigger, man. There's no other way. You just have to sack the fuck up and you just have to do it. You just have to do it. If you're not, like, if you're worried about losing, then take the fucking trade with less size and just fucking do it. You have to do. There's no other way. What do you like? What do you think is gonna? What do you think the way is? Like, what do you think? There's ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm finna go up. You just have to do it, guys. All right? And you cannot be complacent no matter what the situation. Okay? If you see it, take it. Small size, whatever you need to do. Do what you need to. If you need to go take a. I don't recommend this, guys. This is partially a joke, but you get where I'm coming from. If you need to fucking, like, take a shot or do, like, 50 push ups to get fucking pumped to take that trade when it's there, and I'm talking about A plus amazing trades, do it. Don't be scared to take that fucking leap that could change your fucking life. Alright? Don't be a pussy. Alright, next rule. Stick to what you're good at. Actually, real funny. Right below that last rule we read, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's right below you must take the trade right here. It says, don't, can you see that? Don't be a bitch. Excuse my language, but that's what it says. Next one was stick to what you're good at. Simple, premium rule. We'll keep it. We don't even have to go over it. We've already talked about it. Stick to what you're good at. Super premium, right? Guys, I know it's 4:30. I see some of you guys taking off. I love you guys. I'm finishing this. I got like 2 or 3 more rules. We won't have time for questions, but we're gonna finish this fucking rules thing and we're gonna put them out. I will try and get them out tonight. But I promise you, you have my word. I've always kept my word with you guys that I'll have them out by tomorrow, okay? All right, next rule. Do not, oh, I like this one. Do not let other people's profits affect the way you trade. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And it says, bam, facts right next to it. We like this. 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 Guys, when I first started, you know how everybody was making more money than me. Everybody. Mikey was making more money than me. Herb was making more money than me. You know what I mean? Jaysmar, I don't know if you guys remember Jaysmar. Jaysmar was making way more money than me. I'm sure Jumanji's was probably making more money than me. Like, there were so many people, right? And it was really easy to look at these people and be like, damn, I'm fucking doo-doo. I need to do better. But, like, dude, don't look at it like that. Look at it as inspiration, right? Look at it as, like, what could become, what you could get to. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. We have all these people making six figures this year. I will make 6 figures one day, a day. I promise you that. It's possible. I know it's possible because I see people doing it. Do I look at them with envy and jealousy? No. A grain of salt, it is like kind of cool to see, like, but that's what I'm saying. It's like me looking at it and like, damn, that's kind of cool. Like, I would love that. But it's not like, damn, fuck that guy making big gains. Don't let those things affect you though. Like, your day will come. Cheer those people on. You know what? If you see those people and they're consistent and they're making those gains, what do you have right in front of you? Opportunity to learn from
Ding,
these
ding, ding,
people.
ding.
You have opportunity right in front of you to learn from these people. So if you're sitting here jealous, you're too busy over here crying a fucking river, talk to those people, man. They're right there. All you need is right there. Just talk to them. These people are just human beings. If they don't reply to you, fuck them. There's more people making money doing the same shit. All right, next one. One brick at a time. Be patient. We will have our house built soon enough. Man, this was a big reminder for me, guys. It was like when I first started, you guys know how it goes. It was real rough. It was like mentally, you know what I mean? I wanted everything just so fast. I just wanted everything so fast. This is a good reminder even for me to this day. Especially on a week where it's like I'm not having the biggest week right now. I'm not. I closed last week 8 G's or whatever. I'm nowhere close to that right now. So it's like, and I'm nowhere close to my fucking best week ever, which was 80 grand. But one brick at a time. Be patient. We'll have our house built soon enough. I'm not talking about a physical house to live in, although that will happen too. But you get what I'm saying, man. It's not, you know, it's not a sprint, guys. It's a marathon. So we're gonna keep that one, and we're gonna write that in there, and I'm gonna keep it there for all of you. And if any of you guys think that's how like just not a good one to keep, then I don't know what to tell you. It's going in there. Next one, and I think this might be the last one. There's one more after this. Not one more page, one more rule. Last one. Second to last one. Believe what you put out into the universe will come back to you 10 times. Stay positive. You can do this. I know there's some hood ass motherfuckers in the stream right now, bro, and y'all are probably like, man, this motherfucker gay. I'm not. This is real shit. I'm telling you, man. Exactly. My guy knows. You have to believe. You have to believe in yourself. You have to put that energy out there, bro. I'm keeping it. I'm putting it in there. I don't care what anybody says. It's just a reminder. It's not a rule, but we're fucking putting it in there. It's so important, bro. Bro, I'm getting emotional right now. Like, you have to fucking believe, bro. If you don't believe, you will not receive. It's so simple. You know what I mean? And if you're like, you gotta do it for more than just the money. Like for me, I couldn't find myself to do things for me, so I had to put in my head like, okay, if I'm not doing it for me, who am I? I'm doing it for my kids. I'm doing it for my wife. I'm doing it for them, right? But it's like at the end of it all, and through this whole journey, I learned how to believe in myself too, and do things for me. You guys have to believe, man. Like you have to stay positive. You have to pump yourself up. You hear me all the time talking about like people are like, damn, I suck, and I say it too. I slip up and say shit like that too. But bro, stop saying shit like that because you're telling yourself that. You are literally tell yourself good things, right? tell yourself like, bro, as weird as you feel when you do this, bro, just like mute the mic or whatever and be like, yo, I can do this. Like I got this. And then even if you have a red day, you still say it. I can do this. I got you. Whatever you need to do. All right. Moving on. I'm not gonna get too corny on you guys today, although I really want to. I I did a lot of shit here. I erased a lot of shit right here. Not sure what was going on right there, guys. A lot of shit got erased right there. I really, I really don't know what any of that is. Um, but the one thing that it's like I crossed all that out and I circled one thing out of all of that, and it was we don't lose, we win, or we learn. And that's it. That's all I had, guys. We don't lose, we win, or we learn. And then I said, read this every day. And I did. I read this every day for months and months. And I'll be honest, I don't know why I stopped, but I did. And I think it was just because it was so deep in my head. But we don't lose, guys. We win or we learn. So, guys, we're 10, 11 minutes over stream time. We don't have time for questions today. I promise you, if you have questions, you can join after hours chat. Fuck, I have a doctor's appointment Friday.
Get some hearts in the chat for Thiz.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys, for staying. A lot of you stayed through this whole stream. This is a long stream, man. I appreciate you guys. I mean, let me tell you something. Like, it just lets me know you guys are trying to learn, bro. Like, if I was here and I had 200 like people for the first 30 minutes and then people dipped out or whatever, like, well, fuck, those people ain't trying to learn. But those of you who are here, like, y'all are the ones that I'm gonna keep doing this shit for. And I know every stream might not be as engaging as this one might have been, but like, sometimes you gotta do the boring shit too. You know what I mean? So. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for being here. I promise you, this is my notebook from when I first started. I didn't just write this shit while I was trading. Like, you can see, like, the crust from the glue on the pages. Like, this shit's old, man. It's crazy. I had some really good notes. That just goes to show that I probably had some fantastic mentors, and yeah, I'm just trying to pass that down to you guys, man. It's possible. I know there's probably some people that know me in real life, maybe one or two motherfuckers in here that know me in real life that are watching, and they know it's possible because they watched me fucking do it. And so, people can't know it's possible until they know it's possible. And if I have to show you guys it's possible, then fuck it. At least you know it's possible after that. So,
You know when
cheers.
you're a kid and your parents just like threw you in the pool and trying to get
Oh,
you.
shit.
Thiz is standing underneath the water right now with his hands up to catch you.
I'm like, it's possible.
You can do it.
Great stream. Yeah, thanks guys for being here, man. So I'll figure something out, man. If you guys have questions, always feel free to message me. I'll try to get back. I try to get back to all messages. I think I'm doing pretty good at it. I'll try and set something up. If not for tomorrow, Thursday, I told Trader Babes would be on her stream, her podcast or something. So we can't do Thursday. Actually, Thursday, I think I'm doing it during the days. No guarantees. Thursday, we might shoot for an after-hours session where I can answer a bunch of questions. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's all I got, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. These rules, the ones we starred, I'm going to make something that I can post in Fappy's EDU if he'll let me. And all the ones we kept and all the ones we got to reword, we'll do that. We'll put them in there so that you guys can write them in your own journals. Okay. All right. That's it. Peace out. Much love. I hope you guys are green tomorrow. Don't do anything stupid. Peace.